This is something different and delicious. I'm talking about chicken fajita packets. And the best part is you can completely make them ahead. And one other nice thing, no mess afterwards. So I'm a big fan of cooking, grilling in foil packets. I love doing, different, I have a lot of different recipes that I do in foil packets, especially in the summer. But this one is something really fun. So I'm going to start with slicing up some peppers. One of the reasons I love fajitas is because I like Mexican food, but a lot of it isn't real healthy. A lot of it's deep fried, chimichangas, and some of the stuff is just not so good for you. So I've got to figure out a way to have Mexican food and have it be a little healthy. So we eat a lot of fajitas in my house. I just absolutely love them. So these are going to be, got some great veggies in there, some great color. And like I said, you're going to be able to make these ahead of time. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually start on the marinade. That's what we'll do first. This is a real quick, easy marinade. And fajitas really should hang out in the marinade all day long, really, to get some good flavor, or at least a few hours. So we're going to start with some fresh lime juice. It's kind of cold out there, so a little hard to get the juices going. You know what I need, Ann? I need a whisk. Ann, how are you today? Not so good now that I'm making her run inside to get a whisk. So fresh lime juice. We'll do a little bit more and save some to squeeze on top. Fresh garlic. Or if you had the jarred garlic, that's fine too. Now if you're going camping, what I like about this is you can do this all before you leave the house and put this whole mixture in Ziploc bags and then just pack it in your cooler. And it's something a little different than, the traditional hot dogs over the open fire. And you can do these grill packets if you've got one of those, racks right over the open fire too. So fresh garlic. Chili powder and cumin. So that was the cumin, chili powder, thank you, and some olive oil. So you don't have to buy one of those fajita seasoning packets. You've got the stuff right at home anyway. You've got chili powder, you've got cumin. Pick up a lime. And then we're going to throw some salt in here too. This is going to give this chicken and the rest of the veggies some really nice flavor. Okay, let's get to work on some of the veggies. I love to throw lots of different colored peppers into my fajita mixture. So I'm going to do some yellow pepper. These are really good for you, and they look so pretty in these packets. Just cut them into thin strips. Red pepper is one of those things that kids love it because they go right for that color, and it's super good for you. I hear red pepper and orange pepper are actually the best for you. They're loaded with the most vitamins. And then we'll do some green pepper too. None of these are hot, by the way. You could certainly do some jalapenos, but I like to do, when I'm doing Mexican food, I like to do the spicy stuff on the side so that this is going to appeal to everybody. We're going to throw some onion in here. Yellow onion, red onion, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to do some chicken. And what you want to do is you want to make sure and slice up your chicken into thin pieces because we're going to cook this in packets on the grill. Speaking of which, I want to throw some tortillas on the grill to warm them. And it's as easy as just doing some foil. I'm using fajita-sized flour tortillas. And just do them in a little packet like this. And you want to keep them off to the side on the grill so that they get warm, but not too warm, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just going to take the boneless, skinless chicken breast and slice it into thin pieces. so it'll fit great into our packets. You could also do the chicken tenders, pick those up and slice those up. I'm doing chicken. The same recipe would work for beef or pork or even shrimp. Shrimp, of course, you don't want to marinate it quite as long. All right, so we're going to throw that chicken in there. All right. Now I just want to toss the chicken and the veggies in this marinade so that it really gets nice and coated. And then stick this in the fridge or in your cooler if you're going camping or you're going to a park and you want to bring this along. And let this hang out, like I say, all day long in the fridge would be wonderful, or in your cooler, to really get that flavor in there. If you're going to do this real quick after work, you know, even 20 minutes or so. What I like to do is, if I'm going, you know, to take this somewhere, is just load this up in a Ziploc bag and then pack it in your cooler, and then it can marinate right there. So let's say that this has been hanging out and really getting some great flavor. Now we're going to make our packets. So I'm going to do a couple of them here. And it's always a good idea to spray your packet with cooking spray so that we don't have any sticking. I splurge and get the heavy duty foil because then you don't have to do 2 layers of foil. So why not, you know, just do one and pay a little bit more for it. And you don't want to overload these packets. So you want a nice balance of peppers, because we want to be able to make sure that this is going to cook. So we don't want to put too much. Hey, by the way, I have an assignment for you this weekend. I want you to talk about going to the big night out, which is next Tuesday. It's filling up quickly, but we just found out there are some spots left. A 5-course meal paired with different wines. Or if you prefer, you're not a wine person, you'd rather prefer to have beer with your meal, they'll pair the beer with what we're eating. All at a fabulous new restaurant in the Valley called Gather Americana. It's one of those farm-to-table restaurants that are really taking off nationwide. Well, now we have one right in our own backyard in Appleton. It is going to be gourmet, over-the-top, amazing, all for just $50 per person. Our first course is a wonderful, lovely carrot soup. Then we've got a salad course. Our third course is surf and turf, so we're going to do a full course of halibut with some sides, and then after that we're going to do a steak course. You're not going to leave here hungry. And last but not least, a fabulous rhubarb dessert. And again, all paired with different wines, or if you prefer different beers. So call today to reserve your spot. The information's right on the screen. The number to call, 920-750-7290. You need to have reservations for this. But you don't have to, you know, come with a big group. You can come by yourself. We love meeting. A lot of people come by themselves. It's a great opportunity to meet people. Come with your coworkers, your special someone. And we do have a lot of guys come. We get questions, are there all ladies? Of course not. So great date night or great, you know, opportunity to come alone. But no matter what, reserve your spot today because this is filling up fast. $50 per person. We're going to gather at 5:30 for cash bar and cocktails and a meet and greet. Dinner starts at 6:30. You can go to our website for all the information, fox11online.com. Click on the Living tab and that big red, black, and white box there, and you can get all the information. Okay, so my chicken breast that's been sliced up, my onions, my pepper, and that great marinade of olive oil, lime juice, cumin, chili powder, and fresh garlic and a little bit of salt is down in our packets that have been sprayed with some cooking spray. And I'm just going to fold up these packets. Ann always gives me a hard time because my packets never look quite as pretty as hers. But you don't want to do them too tightly. So this is the way I do it. And that's not too bad. I know her packets are always so beautiful. It's going to taste good no matter what, even if you're not a perfect packet maker. So I just kind of do it like that, no certain way to do it. And then you'll have several different packets going on the grill. The nice thing about this too is that you can kind of customize your packet. So if the kids like a little onion but don't like the peppers, you can, when you're putting these packets together, you don't have to put any, onion in theirs. I know Ann's not a big fan of any veggies. So Ann, just do chicken in yours. So these then lay on the grill, right over direct heat. And they cook for about 15 minutes until you can just take a peek at one of the packets just to make sure the chicken is cooked through. Now careful, careful. I've got, pretty tough hands. I've been doing this for a while. But these are going to be really hot when they come off the grill. So careful about that when you're going to open them up. And then we've got our flour tortillas. And then all the fixins. Of course, you can't forget about the fixins for the fajitas. So let's open up our flour tortillas, which get a little soft and warm, and they fold up real nice. Let's do a couple of those. I love to do a little sour cream, just kind of right on the bottom. But whatever you like. All right, let's open up these babies. Ooh, ready to see this? Oh, they smell so good. You pay big bucks for fajitas out at Mexican restaurants. They're like 15 to 20 bucks. You can make them at home for so much cheaper. So we're gonna do some of the chicken and the peppers. These are a little messy, but they're really fun to eat and very guilt-free because we have all these veggies. If you go light on the cheese, a little bit of salsa, maybe a little cilantro. Chicken fajitas, whether you're going camping or you just want to do this at home on your own grill, no dishes to wash, no frying pans to clean up afterwards, and actually a very healthy meal. A little cheese, maybe a little more sour cream and some cilantro, salsa on the side. There you go. Recipes on the website. My chicken fajita packets, these are our winner. Coming up, Mad Dog and Meryl are in the house. We're going to see what they've got grilling. And we're going to take you out for a super huge and delicious banana split. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.